Good morning, South. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance with Angel Schultz.
I pledge allegiance to the flag in the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll hear more from them later in the show. Good morning once again, and welcome to the Falcon Report for this Friday, the 21st of April, day 2. I'm Nia Adlam.
And I'm Luke Williams. Following the senior high inductions, junior high students were recently acknowledged for their induction into the National Junior Honor Society.
Right you are. It was quite a ceremonial sight this Tuesday as inductees received their honors. Processing into the gym, the soon-to-be inducted members of the National Junior Honor Society were accompanied by the Wind Ensemble, led by Mr. Daniel Cregan, and the Jedwoods, who gave a beautiful rendition of the national anthem. Taking their seats, the inductees were greeted by advisors Mrs. Brett Coppins, Miss Amelia Ward, current officers of the Society, and school administration. Each inductee was honored for their commitment to service and adherence to the esteemed pillars of the organization, including character, scholarship, service, leadership, and citizenship, that were announced by officers in a candle lighting ceremony. As the names of the inductees were read off, they stepped forward into the Starfish chapter of NJHS as a testament to their excellence in character and impactful service to the South community and beyond. For the Falcon Report, I'm Aiden Dombrowski.
The annual ELA and math examinations have begun, with the English portions being administered to students this past Wednesday and Thursday. Students arrived to South in the morning to take the exam. While 7th and 8th grade students entered school in time for the test, the rest of South students arrived at 10:15 with an updated bell schedule featuring shorter periods. As students finish their assessments, they will gear up in preparation for the math portion in a few weeks.
Recently, students from Jeffrey Carr's criminal justice class had the opportunity to visit the Nassau County Youth Police Academy. Upon arrival, the students learned a numerous amount of things, from exploring the dangers of impaired driving to the requirements and day-to-day life of a police officer. Throughout this educational journey, the students were visited by the Nassau County Mounted Patrol, took turns riding in the Emergency Vehicle Operations course, and even watched a police helicopter land outside the building. After lunch, the students ended their day by learning about plans for a model city that will be made in order to help the police officers train for real-life scenarios. A unique, interactive field trip for the class. Now that Stephen Huang is graduating, do you know what's happening with Key Club?
Actually, there's a sophomore that's filling his shoes as we speak. Let's turn to Emily Nofters, who had a chance to talk to Angel Schultz, the new Lieutenant Governor for District 7.
Emily?
I'm joined now with Angel Schultz. So what does this new position entail?
So as Lieutenant Governor, Key Club is a lot larger than just being at the club level. So there are different divisions within New York, and I'll be communicating information from the Kiwanis organization with the clubs in the Southwest Long Island Division.
So what was the process of applying for this position?
So Ms. Gordon recommended me to run, and then our president, Caroline, wrote me a recommendation letter. Afterwards, I was sent to do a mini interview where they selected 3 participants, and afterwards I had to write an essay as to why I would be qualified for the position and present it on a Zoom meeting where I was then later elected that night.
So what has Key Club been doing this year, and what's in store for the future?
So most recently, we plan on hosting a Drive for Service Week, and with the weather warming up, we want to host more beautification projects at Hendrickson Park. One of my goals for this year is to introduce club members to the divisional level, so I want to host a divisional meeting in person this year to reintroduce that, as well as having more interdivisional projects.
So what made you apply for this position?
So originally I wanted to apply for this position for 12th grade. However, I was encouraged by my advisor and a couple other members of Key Club to apply this year, so I just kind of went for it. I've always been really active in Key Club, so this was just another step towards being able to help out Key Club at a higher level.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations. Back to you in the studio.
When the Falcon Report returns, we'll talk much more about 6th grade tours, but first, a bird's eye view of spring foliage. The Falcon Report will be right back.
Have you heard the news?
Next week is
Service Week!
join in on events like community cleanup
Join in on drives such as clothing
and other donations.
and even the blood drive. With so much to do,
It's impossible not to get involved. Remember, South,
small acts of kindness.
make a big difference. Happy Service Week, South.
Oh, hello. I'm Henry David Thoreau, and I'm a transcendentalist, and I like ponds. In fact, I wrote about a pond. As a transcendentalist, I've devised a plan for Earth Week starting on Monday. Decorate your life in flowers and dance to the Earth Day music in the hallways. On Wednesday, wear butterfly colors, dress as a pretty, pretty butterfly. And on Thursday, my favorite, we pick up our community trash. And on Friday, we walk. We walk with our honor society. Remember, kids, wilderness is the preservation of the world.
South's halls were flooded with elementary school students this past week. Let's turn to Aiden Ashby for the details.
That's right, 6th grade students from both Brooklyn Avenue and William L. Buck elementary schools visited South before break to get to know their future school. First, students were greeted by administrators and guidance counselors and given an overview of academics and student activities at South. They then split into groups led by South's upperclassmen who took them for a tour through various parts of the school, including music classrooms, the gymnasium, and the library. After reuniting there, the 6th graders had the opportunity to ask questions to the current South students and guidance counselors. Overall, the prospective students got an in-depth look at all South has to offer. We'll be excited to welcome these new faces to the South community and in the fall of 2023. And for the Falcon Report, I'm Aiden Ashby.
It looks like we have a cloudy weekend ahead of us.
Definitely a drastic difference in comparison to last week. Let's hear it from Graciela Alvarez for the weather.
Graciela?
Well, guys, although clouds may be in the forecast for this weekend, we'll still enjoy some radiant sunshine today. With lighter cloud cover today, the temperatures will be hanging out in the mid-60s. Despite the increase in cloud cover and potential for some morning mistings, the temperatures will experience a slight tick-up, a trend that will continue into Sunday. Additionally, breezy conditions on Sunday morning will accompany sustained cloudiness. Embrace the warm spring weather going into this weekend, South. Back to you.
I've heard Mr. Corsentino talk a lot about our track team this season. I wonder what's going on with them.
Luckily, Alina Trzynski has all the details.
Alina?
Thanks, guys. The spring track team has been on a good streak this season with both the boys and the girls having 2 wins on the young season. The track program is resolute in their goal of getting as many members as possible to qualify for the county meet next month. And so while the teams have been ranking up meet victories, they have also been focusing on personal bests. First meet of the season was a home meet, which both teams won by a large margin, soundly defeating Cold Spring Harbor, Island Trees, and Carl Place. The second meet was at North Shore, which was a good one for the boys who came away with first place honors. And that's sports.
That's all for this edition of the Falcon Report. For Luke Williams, I'm Nia Adlam.
Have a great weekend, South.
Oh my god, Luke, I heard you got into Harvard.
Yeah, and I heard that you got into Columbia.
Didn't you two get into Hofstra and Howard?